From translation, RSV Revised Standard Version, this 143 day of the year, today we are reading passages Ezra 8-10, Ezra chapter 8, verses 1 to 36. These are the heads of their fathers' houses, and this is the genealogy of those who went up with me from Babylon, in the reign of Artaxerxes the king. Of the sons of Phinehas, Gershom; of the sons of Ithamar, Daniel; of the sons of David, Hattush; of the sons of Shechaniah; of the sons of Parosh, Zechariah, with him 150 males registered by name; of the sons of Pahath Moab, Elihonai the son of Zerahiah, with him 200 males; of the sons of Zattu, Shechaniah the son of Jahaziel, with him 300 males; of the sons of Adin, Eb the son of Jonathan, with him 50 males; of the sons of Elam, Jeshaiah the son of Asaliah, with him 70 males; of the sons of Shephatiah, Zechariah the son of Michael, with him 80 males; of the sons of Joab, Obadiah the son of Jehiel, with him 218 males; of the sons of Bani, Shelomith the son of Josephiah, with him 160 males; of the sons of Bebai, Zechariah the son of Bebai, with him 28 males; of the sons of Azgad, Johanan the son of Hakkatan, with him 110 males; of the sons of Adonikam. The last ones, whose names were Eliphelet, Jewel, and Shemaiah, with 60 males; of the sons of Bigvai, Uttai, and Zachar, with 70 males. I gathered them at the river that flows to Ahava, and we camped there 3 days. I looked among the people and the priests, and found no Levites there. Then I sent for Eleazar, Ariel, Shemaiah, Elnathan, Jarib, Elnathan, Nathan, Zechariah, and Meshullam, leaders; for Joiarib and Elnathan, men of discernment. And I sent them to Iddo the chief at the place Casiphia, and I sent to them what I had to say, and told them to bring ministers to us for the house of our God. By the good hand of our God upon us, they brought us a man of understanding, of the sons of Mali, son of Levi, son of Israel, namely Sherebiah with his sons and kinsmen, 18 men. And Hashabiah with Jeshaiah of the sons of Merari, his kinsmen and their sons, 20 men. And of the temple servants, whom David and his officials had set apart to serve the Levites, 220 temple servants. Then I proclaimed a fast there at the river Ahava, that we might humble ourselves before our God, to seek from him a safe journey for ourselves, our children, and all our goods. I was ashamed to ask the king for a band of soldiers and horsemen to protect us against the enemy on the road, because we had said to the king, "The hand of our God is upon all for good who seek him, but his power and his wrath are against all who forsake him." So we fasted and besought our God for this, and he listened to our entreaty. Then I set apart 12 of the leading priests, Sherebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their kinsmen with them. And I weighed out to them the silver and the gold and the vessels, the offering for the house of our God which the king and his counselors and his lords and all Israel their present had offered. I weighed into their hands 650 talents of silver, and silver vessels worth 200 talents, and 100 talents of gold, and 20 bowls of gold worth 1,000 darics, and 2 vessels of polished bronze, as precious as gold. And I said to them, "You are holy to the Lord, and the vessels are holy, and the silver and gold are a freewill offering to the Lord, the God of your fathers. Guard them and keep them until you weigh them before the chief priests and the Levites, and the heads of fathers' houses in Jerusalem, before the chambers of the house of the Lord." So the priests and the Levites took over the weight of the silver and the gold and the vessels, to bring to Jerusalem to the house of our God. Then we departed from the river Ahava on the 12th day of the 1st month, to go to Jerusalem. The hand of our God was upon us, and he delivered us from the hand of the enemy, and from ambushes by the way. We came to Jerusalem, and there we abode 3 days. On the 4th day the silver and the gold and the vessels were weighed into the hands of the priest Meremoth the son of Uriah, and with him was Eleazar the son of Phinehas, and with them were Jozabad the son of Jeshua, and Nodiah the son of Binnui, Levites. The whole was counted over and weighed, and the weight of all was registered. At that time those who had come from captivity, the returned exiles, offered burnt offerings to the God of Israel, 12 bulls for all Israel, rams 96, lambs 77, he-goats 12, as a sin offering. All this was a burnt offering to the Lord. They also delivered the king's commissions to the king's satraps, and to the governors in the province beyond the river. And so the people and the little ones and the rest of the Levites found support. Ezra chapter 9, verses 1 to 15. Now when these things were done, the leaders came to me and said, "The people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the peoples of the lands, according to their abominations of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken some of their daughters as wives for themselves, and for their sons, and so the holy seed has mixed itself with the peoples of the lands, and the leaders and principal men have taken the lead in this trespass." When I heard this, I rent my garments and my cloak, and pulled hair from my head and beard, and sat appalled. Then all who trembled at the words of the God of Israel, because of the faithlessness of the returned exiles, gathered around me, and I sat appalled until the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice I rose from my fasting, with my garment and my cloak rent, and fell upon my knees and spread out my hands to the Lord my God, and said, O my God, I am ashamed and blush to lift my face to thee, my God, for our iniquities have risen higher than our heads, and our guilt has mounted up to the heavens. From the days of our fathers to this day we have been in great guilt. And for our iniquities we, our kings, and our priests have been given into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, to plundering, and to utter shame, as at this day. But now for a brief moment favor has shone from the Lord our God, to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes, and give us a little reviving in our bondage. For we are slaves. Yet our God has not forsaken us in our bondage, but has extended his steadfast love to us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us some reviving to set up the house of our God, to repair its ruins, and to give us a wall in Judah and Jerusalem. And now, O our God, what shall we say after this? For we have forsake thy commandments, which thou didst command by thy servants the prophets, saying, The land which you are entering to take possession of it is a land unclean with the impurity of the peoples of the lands, with their abominations which have filled it from one end to the other with their uncleanness. Now therefore do not give your daughters to their sons, and take their daughters for your sons, and never seek their peace or prosperity, that you may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds, and for our great guilt, seeing that thou, our God, hast punished us less than our iniquities deserved, and hast given us such a deliverance as this, shall we break thy commandments again and marry with the peoples who do these abominations? Wouldst not thou be angry with us till thou hadst consumed us, so that there should be no remnant or survivors? O Lord, God of Israel, thou art just, for we are left a remnant as it is this day. Here we are before thee in our guilt, for none can stand before thee because of this. Ezra chapter 10, verses 1 to 44. While Ezra was praying and confessing, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, a very great assembly of men, women, and children gathered to him out of Israel. For the people wept bitterly. And Shechaniah the son of Jehiel, of the sons of Elam, addressed Ezra, We have broken faith with our God, and have married foreign women from the peoples of the land, but even now there is hope for Israel in spite of this. Therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all these wives and their children, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of all who tremble at the commandments of our God, and let it be done according to the law. Arise. For this matter is your responsibility, and we are with you, be strong and do it. Then Ezra arose and made the leading priests and Levites and all Israel swear that they would do as had been said. And they swore. Then Ezra withdrew from before the house of God, and went to the chamber of Jehohanan the son of Eliashib, where he spent the night, neither eating bread nor drinking water, for he was mourning over the faithlessness of the exiles. And a proclamation was made throughout Judah and Jerusalem to all the returned exiles that they should assemble at Jerusalem, and that if anyone did not come within 3 days, by order of the officials and the elders, all his property should be forfeited, and he himself separated from the congregation of the exiles. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin assembled at Jerusalem within the 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the open square before the house of God, trembling because of this matter, and because of the heavy rain. And Ezra the priest stood up and said to them, You have broken faith and married foreign women, and so increased the guilt of Israel. Now then make confession to the Lord the God of your fathers, and do his will, and separate yourselves from the peoples of the land and from the foreign wives. Then all the assembly answered with a loud voice, It is so, we must do as you say. But the people are many, and it is a time of heavy rain, and we cannot stand in the open, nor is the matter a small one, but it concerns us greatly. Let our officials stand for the whole assembly, and let all in our cities who have married foreign women come at appointed times, and with them the elders of each city and the judges, until the fierce wrath of our God over this matter is turned away from us. Only Jonathan the son of Asahel and Jaazia the son of Tikva opposed this, and Meshullam and Shabbatai the Levites supported them. Then the returned exiles did so, and Ezra the priest selected men, heads of fathers' houses, according to their fathers' houses, each of them designated by name, and they sat down on the 1st day of the 10th month to examine the matter. And by the 1st day of the 1st month they had made an end of all the men who had married foreign women. Now among the sons of the priests who had married foreign wives were found of the sons of Jeshua the son of Jozadak, and his brothers, Marciah, Eleazar, Jarib, and Jedaliah. And they gave their hand that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their guilt. Of the sons of Immer, Hanani and Zebediah. Of the sons of Harim, Marcia, Elijah, Shemaiah, Jehiel and Uzziah. Of the sons of Pashhur, Elionai, Marcia, Ishmael, Nethanel, Jozabad and Elasa. Of the Levites. Jozabad and Shimei and Keliah, that is, Kelita, Pethahiah, Judah and Eliezer. Of the singers, Eliashib, and of the gatekeepers, Shallum, Telem and Uri. And of Israel, of the sons of Parosh, Ramiah, Jeziah, Malchijah, Mijamin, Eleazar, Malchijah and Benaiah. Of the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, Jehiel, Abdi and Jeremoth. Of the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Jeremoth, Zabad and Aziza. Of the sons of Bebai, Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai and Athli. Of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Malach and Adiah, Josh, Bani and Sebasha. Of the sons of Pahath Moab, Adnah, Chelal, Benaiah, Marcia, Mattaniah, Bezalel, Binui and Manasseh. Of the sons of Harim, Eliezer, Ishijah, Malchijah, Shemaiah and Shimei. Of the sons of Hashem, Mattanai, Mattathiah, Zabad, Eliphelet, Jeremiah, Manasseh and Shimei. Of the sons of Hashem, Shimei and Haran and Hanan and Giddel and Peresh and Malchijah and Shemaiah. Of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Malach, Adiah, Jashub, Sheel and Jeremoth. Of the sons of Bebai, Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai and Athli. Of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Malach, Adiah, Jashub, Sheel, Jeremoth. Of the sons of Benjamin, Malach and Shemim. And Hashub and Amariah and Joseph and Hassapha and Beriah. Of the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, Jehiel, Abdi and Jeremoth. Of the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Jeremoth, Zabad and Aziza. Of the sons of Bebai, Jehohanan, Hananiah, Zabai and Athli. Of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Malach, Adiah, Jashub, Sheel, Jeremoth. Of the sons of Azgad, Johanan, Obadiah, Meshullam, Shelemiah and Nathan. Of the sons of Adnikam, the last ones Eliphelet, Jewel and Shemaiah, and their brothers Haran and another man Zechariah. Of the sons of Bigvai, Artai and Zachar and their brethren,